Yes, guys, we are here, Kombat Kingz. We are here, StreamYard, with the one and only Nathan, Bag and Tag Jones. Yes, been waiting for this one. This one's coming from FightStars Championship 28, which is happening on the 2nd of March. This is going down at Crystal Palace National Sports Centre against Samuel Blasco. This is number two, fight number two, I believe.
Number 2, yeah,
Fight
man.
number 2. Can't wait. We was there for number 1. Great fight. You didn't get the victory, unfortunately, but yeah, man, this is gonna be great and interesting to see because before I get into it, Nathan, I just want to say you are an actual vet to the UK, and you're one of the, I think you're ranked 44th welterweight across the UK platform, which is still quite great for being a veteran.
Yeah,
So,
probably today, but it was higher back then. Do you know what I mean? I've been higher.
No, but how's it going? How's training going? How's life in general?
Yeah, everything's good. I'm busy, man. Life is busy. I've got a baby due any day now. The due date is today, so literally the bag's packed, ready to go. Everything is on red alert kind of thing. So that could happen at any moment. But training's going well. That's still my priority, and it's going well. And I've also got a mouse in my house, so if I do jump out at any moment, it's because there's a mouse in the house.
I know them ones,
Pre-warning, yeah, true story.
True story.
So saying that, very interesting then. So obviously, congratulations.
No, thank you.
Newborn on the way. But how do you manage that with training? That must be stress.
It is, but I mean, anybody who chooses the fighter lifestyle that's not at that top percentage of income has to deal with this stress. Do you know what I mean? Having to juggle like full-time work with everything else, with the full-time training. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's all good. I take it in my stride, and everyone's got their problems that they've got to deal with. Everyone's got their stress, and so you just got to live with it, So I'm still smiling, and as you can see, you know what I mean, bit balding as well.
Oh, it's happening to me as well, mate. That's why I've got my hat on. Also, Nathan, so just like, because I just want to get into like you just as just general, like as a mixed martial artist, like you are a complete mixed martial artist. And again, congratulations on your child. I don't want to forget that because Rim's obviously said it, but congratulations. But going back to the point, you are a complete mixed martial artist. And how did you start? How did you get into just like MMA or just any type of form of mixed martial arts?
Yeah, actually, it started off like I got jumped one night, and I just felt so vulnerable and so helpless, and I managed to get away, but I was so gassed, like out of breath kind of thing, that I was scared. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have had the energy to defend myself. I didn't even know how to defend myself. And then literally, so that was on the weekend. The next Monday, like from across the road where I got jumped, there was a martial art place. So I was like, yeah, cool, I'm there. Went there on the Monday, and then I haven't left that place. And this is now where I work. Do you know what I mean? I've become a coach, and that was what, 14 years ago now.
Yeah, wow.
14 years ago, and yeah, so I was 23 when I started training, and I thought I was quite late. Like boxers and footballers, like they all get identified in their youth academies from young. So I thought, oh, rah, like I'm too old for this. But so then I was like, well, if I'm going to do this, let's go. Let's see how far we can go. So I put all my eggs in one basket, enjoyed it, carried on training, and as they say, the rest is history, So yeah, it's because I put it down to being a late bloomer that I was just like, all right, cool. Have a bit of this, have a bit of that. I like this. do a bit more of that. I'm not very good at this. Let me get good at that. And so that's where I like to attribute my rounded skill set. But yeah, man, I'm still going. You know what I mean? Still some more mileage left in those tires. So I'm good to go, man.
No, definitely. Especially again, if anyone's watched the last performance, go back and watch, because there was still gas in that tank there all 3 rounds. Definitely, I definitely could see that you was putting in applying pressure. So 100% agree with that. Rims?
I would say, obviously, I watched your last performance as well. He was doing very well at the start. So what do you feel went wrong for you in terms of how it ended? And what are you doing to kind of rectify that going forward into this fight?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I don't know. Like, it was more. It's not necessarily that he did something right. It was more that I did something wrong. Do you know what I mean? So I was in the driver's seat for the whole fight.
Totally.
Even with my mistake, I still think that was with me. You know, he can fight and he's been around and he's a good guy, but I'm the better fighter. There's no two ways about that. So that's why I got a rematch first and foremost. Like, I want to be clear on that. You only get a rematch if there's controversy or if there's a really good fight.
Mm-hmm.
Or it was like, what happened to me? It's just 99% me, and then, you know what I mean? Look, I'm not taking anything away from Samuel. So it'll be a good fight. Yeah, look, I'm just gonna go there with the same game plan, but this time get it done. You know, shoulda, woulda, couldas. They can't cry over spilt milk. It's the game that we're in. I sign up for the risks. At the same time, that's what makes it exciting. That it could just get flipped the squish just like that. So, guys that are tuning into the fight, that if you're there in the audience, you get in the stream, do not blink. Yeah, that's all I can say. Well, I'm gonna say a bit more because we just started the interview.
No, totally. No, because I totally get where you're coming from. From guys that didn't watch the fight, go on to FightStar Championships YouTube page. You can go and watch the fight there. And the reason, because when I really studied the fight, you applied pressure. I don't think he landed a single blow on you really, like cleanly. When I watched the fight back, like I felt like he was in complete domination of round 1. Even in the clinch, when you was pinned up against the fence along round 1, you was kind of in domination. Round 2, I could see that second win come back, and you got that through, especially in the later rounds. I could just see it was coming back to you. He had a bit of, like, he was tussling through round 2 a little bit, but again, it was more clinch work. I felt like you still round 2 completely dominated kind of in that way. Round 3, again, you started coming out, punching, wheel kicks. It was lovely. I was like, wow, I thought he was actually literally going to put him away there. And I was actually very shocked because I was like, wow, it come out, that literal guillotine come out of nowhere. Like, it was like, he tried the bulldog choke. Was it correct? Early on, and you got out, tried it early on in the fight twice, and your neck was quite exposed, but you done very well to get out. So that guillotine was a bit surprising. Would you say?
No,
You agree?
it was, and I don't get caught with that bullshit. And literally, that's what it was. Again, I'm not taking anything away from Samuel. You know, he had that one chance, and he you know, he ran with it. You know, and that's my mistake, and that's what I have to live with. And I'm fortunate enough to get a chance to rectify that mistake. You know, like I'm top 10 in submission finishes. Do you know what I mean? I'm currently in that top 10, you know, with all UK fighters. So I know what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? So I'm ready to put it on him. You know, I can't. Yeah, look, literally, I've had like sleepless nights about this. Do you know what I mean? So I am ready to put on a show first and foremost, and yeah, to take what's mine, and that belt is mine.
And definitely, just one more question before I think Rims might probably go on. Just to elaborate on what you said, because I thought that's quite interesting. You're a jiu-jitsu wizard. you from when you enter Polaris tournaments and at a high level, and you won your last Polaris tournament quite quick again in a rare naked choke, which is quite impressive against Jake Gover, I believe.
Yeah, Jack Gover, yeah,
Jack
great
Gover,
guy.
sorry, yeah. Yeah. So again, I think what's the difference? You being a wizard in BJJ. What's the difference between training for a Polaris fight and an MMA fight? What is the kind of difference there?
The amount of concussions you'll receive in training, basically, like, yeah, MMA is a tough sport. Yeah, lots of heavy sparring, ground and pound, obviously stand-up strikes, punches, kicks, knees, elbows, all that. You're not going to get that in grappling, but what you are going to get in grappling is a different style of grappling. Lots of like leg entanglements, lots of different styles and ways to win. Whereas, for example, like in a nutshell, you're not going to win off your back in MMA unless you're able to submit your opponent. But in jiu-jitsu, you can win off your back. You know what I mean? Even if there isn't a submission. So it's a big difference in that sense. But again, like I'm a mixed martial artist, so yes, I do favour the ground, but at the same time, I can strike as well. I've been on the kickboxing circuit for many years at a high level, international level, so I feel comfortable there. What I don't like is small 4-ounce gloves. I'll be real. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, look, as long as I'm a good hammer. Do you know what I mean? So I don't mind giving it. It's just taking it. We never enjoy that part. But no, it is what it is. It's a sport where we both can win. The same way I feel I am prepared and I'm ready to go and get what's mine. So is my opponent. They're always going to be an equal in some sense, hence why they take the fight, and hence why it's a fight where people want to pay their hard-earned money to watch. And you know, they're out of their busy, take time out of their busy schedules to tune in on. So, you know, equally, Samuel is just as good, but I don't believe he's on my level in certain areas, and you know, he has his own strengths, but styles make fights, right?
Facts, not fiction. That's facts. Not fiction there. That's all facts.
Yeah, man.
And just to add to what going back to what you said in terms of like staying fit and healthy like throughout your careers, how do you find what kind of regimens do you have in place, obviously in your older age in your career, and what kind of things do you find are most important in staying healthy running up to fights? And is there any methods you implement, like I don't know, like ice baths or cryo, or what kind of things do you kind of implement in your routine?
I look at it like wine. It gets better with time. Do you know what I mean? I am the fittest I've been, and I've got like so much knowledge. If I knew then what I know now, I tell you what, not only would I be a millionaire, but I'll be running through. Do you know what I mean? And I mean that, and I say that with a lot of confidence because I have been around. Do you know what I mean? I fought at the highest of the European circuit for many years, and there's lots of guys. There's that saying. Do you know what I mean? You got to fear an old guy in a profession where the men die young. Do you know what I mean? I've been about. At the same time, there's people that have retired that haven't accomplished half of what I've been able to achieve. You know what I mean? So I attribute that to good fortune, good training, but more importantly, smart training. Yeah, I train smart, you know. I'll recover as much as I need to. I take pride in my strength and conditioning, and you know, and my rehab and prehab with that. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, it's not that I don't put injuries down to me getting older. I put injuries down to me training harder. you know, but you've got to be smart with it. You know, you're only as good as your last fight. So we're always trying to push and push and push and improve. And we always are, you know, so the stakes increase. So, you know, you get out what you put in.
Yeah,
no, totally. I totally agree. Yeah, no, also, so just another question. What you fought for loads of different organizations as well. So you fought Cage Warriors, Bellator, Polaris, and obviously you fought FightStar Championship. What is it like fighting for all these different organizations and working with like the CEOs, the people that put these fights together, people like Raj, for instance, from FightStar Championship? What's it actually like working for these organizations?
Yeah, it's all right. You know, I mean, look, I'm a certified hitman.
Hey.
So I'll go to the highest bidder. No. On a serious note, it's cool, man. I mean, fighting, you know, the fight game is a business. Promoters, they're businessmen. Me as a fighter, I've got to, you know, look at it as a business, and it is a business. Do you know what I mean? I've got to put myself out there. I've got to train hard and put on entertaining fights. At the same time, I've got to promote the fights if I want to get paid, if I want to get sponsors. Do you know what I mean? You got to think of it like that. And yeah, the way I look at it, the more I move around and more I move on, I want to always go up that ladder. Do you know what I mean? And expose myself to a wider audience. And I believe that I've done that within my career, and I'll keep on doing it. But at the same time, I'm at that point in my career where I've done the big shows. You know, I want to be not necessarily take a sideways step, but I want to fight, and I want my people to see me fight. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing better, and I mean this with sincerity. There's nothing better than fighting in a crowd when your nearest and dearest are there. You know what I mean? With that intimate acoustics. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing better than that. I've been in those international arenas fighting the hometown guy. You know what I mean? And it's just like, there's so many seats, it doesn't get, you know what I mean? They cut it off halfway and it's half sold, you know? And, yeah, there's the cameras there, it's on TV, millions of people, but you don't get that same kind of like atmosphere as in being in your local, well, not your local sports centre, but at home in a smaller venue, and just the acoustics and everyone's screaming your name because they want you to win. They're there for you. Do you know what I mean? That's a great feeling. And for me, being at this side of my career, it's like, I don't want to forget where I come from. You know what I mean? Jenny on the block and all that. You know what I mean? I'm flying in my hometown, man. So I can't beat that.
No, totally agree.
Great.
Totally agree. Quick question again. I don't know if I want to ask you anything else, but just again, because you're having a child, congratulations again. What advice could you give to kids or that are coming up? We have a big problem, obviously, in London. You grew up in, where did you grow up roughly? Is it like Richmond? Yeah, that's
Southwest.
Yeah. Southwest, yeah. So we're from Southeast, so we're all South babies here. Growing up around South was rough, especially especially with your story and what happened to you. What advice could you give to these kids that obviously are a bit lost, don't know what to do, need a bit of discipline, whether it's a boy or a girl? Like, would you say MMA, jiu-jitsu, any of these things help? Like, just genuinely, what advice? Because like, again, you're having a child. Would you like your daughter or son to get into to literally mixed martial arts from a young age?
Well, I wouldn't say definitely martial arts. They don't have to compete if they don't want to, you know. And this is what I say to all my young people, because before I gave up my full-time job to fulfill my dreams of being a fighter, you know, I was a full-time youth worker, and I still work with young people, you know, as I can, like different holiday provisions. I get funding, and I run weekly groups and stuff. So I still work with a lot of young people, especially those that are at risk, and they're at risk of getting involved in whatever they're going to get involved in. And I use martial arts as a way to engage these young people as an alternative sport to encourage them and to show them that there's a different path. You know, there is a career path if they want to get involved in the fitness industry. There is a path where if they want to compete, they can compete. And a lot of the ones that they think they're all tough, when you put them in a ring or whatever, there's like, whoa, actually, they realize the risks are real. And when somebody is able to have confidence within themselves and take pride in their body, you see their ambitions change, you see their motivation changes, and they start to look at the bigger picture, and they can start to empathize with everyone. They have that, you know what I mean, that camaraderie, and that people want to help each other, and they realize, hey, it's not worth it, and they realize that the risks are real. Do you know what I mean? And this is what I've learned, and we've had some great success stories. Obviously, some people still get through the net. You can't help everybody in that short time frame. But what I have learned is everyone will learn a lesson sooner or later, or further on down the line, and that penny will drop.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think martial arts is the best way for conflict resolution within themselves, to find better self-esteem, or a way to settle it. Do you know what I mean? You two don't get at whoever else involved. Don't
totally agree.
Get or whatever. Just sort it out in the ring.
Totally. No, totally
for
agree.
example, do you know what I mean? So I'm an advocate for that. So wherever I can, I will spread the love of martial arts. But the gift, the lessons that it's taught me, you know. Funny, I know I fight, but I don't see myself as a fighter. I see myself as an athlete, you know. And you wouldn't catch me fighting for free out and about. Do you know what I mean? Even if I knew that I could defend myself as such, you know. So I always try to advocate the sport, you know. So yeah, I would always try and get young people involved.
No, totally great answer. And guys, you need to listen. That's coming from a veteran right there. That's coming from Nathan Joy. That's a real vet coming. So, and a guy that works with youth. So guys, take that in. He's giving you real good message there. So yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for that.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Anything else, Rims, that you want to say?
Yeah, no. So before we get out of here, I have to ask this question.
Yeah.
Bag and tag. What's the story behind that nickname?
Yeah.
Well, as the name suggests, I bag them and I tag them.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Basically, and the good thing is, about that name is, one, that it's catchy, but two, nobody else has got that name. Do you know what I mean?
That's unique.
There's lots of other names like you know, like I don't know, I can think of loads.
Money Mayweather, and then you've got Money Moyacano. That's there you go.
Exactly, and Lights Out and KO or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're great names, and they suit the fighters, but no one's called Bag and Tag. Do you know what I mean? You ain't gonna get that one mixed up. But that being said, you are supposed to be giving a fight name, and I kind of like made mine up. Do you know what I mean? But it's just stuck. It was a marketing tool to get myself out there at start, and now it's just stuck. And why not, man? I roll with it. It's catchy, and it makes me unmistaken. You know, so I've got to stay true to the name. 2nd of March. You know what I mean?
Yeah, make a statement.
That's it. 2nd of March. Indeed, he said it. Indeed, people. That is the one and only Bag and Tag himself, Nathan Jones. 2nd of March. You heard it from himself at the Sports Centre, Crystal Palace. Go and get your tickets. FightStar Championship. Go and get your tickets. This is not one to be missed. This is for the welterweight championship belt for FightStar Championship. This is the second bout between Nathan Jones and Samuel Blasco. And guys, you know we need to get behind our one and only veteran Nathan Jones. So on that note, Nathan, thanks for having you on. We look forward to seeing you. Hopefully we can get an interview after the fight and we'll be seeing that belt. We'll be seeing that belt. And yeah, man, good luck. We're here to support you, man. Good luck.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you for the time.
Cheers.
Have a good one.